There we go.
Okay, we'll tell you about Andrew Garvin, a Native American, or Native Canadian rather, from the Red Earth Indian Reserve back about 1968. And it shows you the honesty of the First Nation people. We were hauling, I was working for a store on the Red Earth Indian Reserve. We were hauling freight in because our roads flooded in the spring, so we had to bring our freight in the winter time. We were bringing freight in. Andrew Garvin was 72 years old, still trapping and working hard, and was coming back from his trap line, pulling his toboggan by hand, walking on foot, and one of our trucks went by and a bag of flour fell off the truck. Andrew picked up the bag of flour, dragged it all the way to the store at Red Earth, which was about an extra mile and a half out of his way, down the river, up the other bank, up to the store, and he came into the store. I was the store manager, and he said, "I got a bag of your flour." I said, "How do you figure it's my flour?" And he said, "Well, I seen it fall off of your truck." I said, "Well, that's your flour." "No," he said, "that belongs to the store. I seen it fall off of your truck." And I said, "No, Andrew," I said, "for your extra effort for bringing it all the way back to us," I said, "that's now your flour." So he bought some other groceries. I drove him home, took him to his house, helped him unload his flour. Because remember, he's 72 years old. This is a 100-pound bag of flour. And he took it home, and he was so happy. But we were very proud of Andrew because he was a very, very honest man. That's one story. Do you need another one?
Could do another one probably.
Because I don't know, but you paused it?
Yeah, we can pause recording. It's going.
When power first came to the reserve, when we were there, it was either your electricity was supplied by generator or you didn't have electricity. A lot of the houses had no electricity. So then the government got in and they put power in all of the houses. Well, they were so used to kerosene lamps that the kerosene was called skipami, and they got the new power in. They had light bulbs and everything, flip a switch, and it was like magic. They couldn't believe you would just turn a switch and your lights came on. You didn't have to light it or nothing. You didn't have to pump up the lamp. You just flipped the switch and you had lights. So the one day, the light bulb burnt out, but they didn't understand that. So they got up on a chair, took out the light bulb, and was poking in there with his finger, got a shock and landed on his back on the floor, and he couldn't understand what had happened. He came down to the store and was asking us about what was going on here. How come he got a shock from the kerosene? Because he thought that the power lines, he thought that was hoses that carried kerosene in there. And so he just about got electrocuted because he thought it was kerosene. So that was one story about the first time they had to deal with electricity. And what was the other one? We were going, this is all going to like 17-year-olds, eh? Okay, I'll tell you about Lionel and the Pete Linneman. We had a native chap come into the store, and we had another native chap that was working in the store, Lionel Head. This other fellow come in, and he said, "I've got a sore arch." He said, "What can I do with that? How can I fix it?" And well, Lionel's cure for everything was heat liniment. So he told him to rub heat liniment on it. So he goes home and he rubs heat liniment on it. The next thing, a little while later, I was going down to the school in the truck, and I see this guy with his pants down in the snow, skidding his butt across the ground. And here, instead of saying he had a sore arch with his broken English, it's supposed to be a sore arse. He put heat liniment on it, and he was trying to get some relief in the snow.